My parents skipped my wedding to attend my brother's BBQ. I stood there waiting, watching the empty seats. They had better plans, my brother mocked. They had no idea what I did next. You didn't even text me back, I said, my voice low but vibrating with something I couldn't contain anymore. Not a call, not even a sorry, we can't make it. We said we had something already planned, my mother replied. Her arms were crossed like she was the one under attack. A barbecue? I asked. Liam's BBQ? Instead of your son's wedding? She looked at Dad. He didn't bother looking up from his phone. It was his birthday, she said, like that settled it. He turns 30 every year. I laughed, bitter. This wasn't just a wedding. It was my wedding. Liam, lounging on the armrest with a drink in hand, smirked. You didn't really think they'd come, did you? He said, swirling his beer. They had better plans. I didn't blink. I just stared at the space between them, the same invisible wall that had always been there, separating me from the rest of them. They had no idea what I did next. My name's Noah. I'm 26. And I got married last Saturday in a city park gazebo that we decorated ourselves with white string lights and borrowed roses from my best friend's aunt's garden. I stood there under those lights, holding Emma's trembling hands and looking out at 3 empty front row seats we'd reserved for my parents and Liam. I knew they wouldn't come. Deep down, I knew. But I kept hoping. I guess that's been my biggest flaw. I always hope, even for people who've shown me exactly who they are. Mom. Early 50s, fragile pride, stronger loyalty to appearances than to people. She sides with whoever's loudest. Dad. 56, emotionally distant. The kind who thinks providing a roof is the same as parenting. Liam. 30, golden child. Former high school quarterback now sells real estate and charm in equal measure. He's never heard the word no without someone cushioning it first. They've always seen me as the sensitive one, which, in our house, meant less than. This isn't just about the wedding, I said. It's everything. The co-signing, the loan I never knew I was paying off until they came after my credit. Dad grunted. You're still on about that? We explained. No, you didn't, I snapped. Liam wrecked his credit and you used my name. And when I found out, all you said was, we thought you'd understand. Liam rolled his eyes. You're so dramatic, man. It was a small loan. $18,000 is not small, I shot back. That debt set me and Emma back 2 years. 2 years of saving, budgeting, sleeping on a mattress on the floor, while you posted vacation pics in Cabo. The air turned cold, but no one looked sorry, just annoyed that I was bringing it up. Again. You've always resented Liam, Mom said flatly. It's not healthy. No, I said quietly. I just noticed when things weren't fair. You just never liked being reminded. Liam stood, chuckling. You want a trophy for being a victim or what? You made your choices. Don't blame us because they didn't work out. I stared at him. You think I blame you because things didn't work out? No, Liam. I blame you because you took things from me and didn't care. The room was silent, except for the hum of the fridge behind me. I'd never said that out loud before. They were finally hearing it. Whether they wanted to or not. 3 years ago, Emma had a miscarriage. We were broke. Liam had just crashed the car Dad co-signed in my name. And that same week I had to skip a shift to take Emma to the hospital. I asked Mom for help. Just $200 to cover food and gas. She said, Sorry, honey, things are tight. We just paid for Liam's lease. They never once asked if Emma was okay. Not once. We buried it. The pain, the silence, the grief, and just kept going, because that's what they always expected from me. I reached into my bag and placed a small flash drive on the coffee table. "What's that?" Dad asked. "Proof," I said. "Bank statements, emails, voicemails, and one very interesting audio recording from 2 weeks ago, Liam, the one where you said I was an easy scapegoat and that he won't do anything because he's too soft." Liam's face dropped. "You recorded me?" "No," I said. "Emma did, when you called her by accident thinking you were talking to someone else, but thanks for confirming it." Dad stood suddenly. "Noah, this isn't how family handles things." "You're right," I cut in. "A real family wouldn't have made this necessary." Mom was crying now. Dad looked lost. Liam stood, fists clenched, but said nothing. "You all finally hear me now?" I asked, voice calm. "Or do you need another file?" "You blindsided us," Mom said, shaking. "You ambushed us." "No," I said, picking up my coat. "You left me standing alone on the most important day of my life. That was an ambush." Liam grabbed the flash drive. I let him. He could choke on the truth for once. I walked out of the house that night not in rage, but in release. Like every weight I'd carried from that family, every guilt, every swallowed scream just slipped off my back as I stepped into the cold. Outside, it had started to rain. Light, soft, not enough to soak, just enough to cleanse. As I reached the car, the door behind me opened. Mom stood there, arms wrapped around herself. "I didn't know you were hurting that bad," she whispered. "You never asked," I said. She nodded. No defense, just quiet, for once. "I'm sorry. It wasn't perfect, but it was something. I didn't go no contact. I didn't torch the bridge. I just stopped building it alone." In the weeks after, Emma and I went on a small road trip. Nothing fancy, just miles and coffee and silence we didn't need to fill. Liam hasn't reached out. I don't expect he will. But Mom has. Small texts, not always right, but trying. And me? I'm not angry anymore. Just awake. Sometimes the most powerful thing isn't yelling to be heard. It's walking away when they finally start listening, and knowing this time, you don't need to turn back.